space, and if they head towards the
We're
Earth,
going in like 30 minutes.
the astronauts could potentially be in the path of this radiation storm. So the way we prepare for this is we're closely monitoring the sun. The official government monitors NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center here in Boulder. We do a lot of the research behind the tools they use to see if and when the sun is going to erupt. And when it does erupt, if and when it's going to send radiation towards the Earth and the Moon so that we can warn the astronauts ahead of time, hey, there's something coming.
And when we look at this, because there's a lot, especially yesterday when we're looking at the solar flare this week, NASA says, hey, there aren't any concerns on that impacting mission as of right now. As you said, you're watching that, monitoring it. Are there any other potential threats as we look for a 10-day journey?
Well, we've got to be very cognizant of the solar that whole 10 days. The sun can change relatively rapidly. Sunspot active regions, which are these huge magnetic volcanoes on the sun that are the sources of these eruptions, they can pop up in a couple of days and become quite dangerous within a day or two.
What the heck
So
is that?
you have to constantly
No, I
monitor
just got a
the sun,
fax.
and then you have to constantly watch for these eruptions and these coronal mass ejections, which are the source of these sort of.
I just got a fax. He's here. Tyler, you need to learn. Okay, I just got a notification here off the machine here, off my wire machine here. Yeah, still use wire machine 2020. Tyler, need to tell you tomorrow Chicago is under level 3 for severe weather. That you should know. Okay. Chicago is under level 3 tomorrow, so that's gonna suck.
So we don't think in the next few days we've got a chance for a large.
So that's enough of that. That's weather report for tomorrow. Well, we're gonna work out tomorrow anyways. I'll turn this down a little bit because we're going back to the moon, so there's nothing better. We're going back to the moon tonight, I hope. 90% chance of going back to the moon, so that's good.
Where the most dangerous part of the journey through deep space would be, or is that entirely dependent on the solar activity?
It's pretty much when you leave the Earth's magnetic field acts as kind of a shield against these energetic particles coming off of the solar eruptions. Once they're outside of the Earth's magnetosphere, which is some 10 to 20 Earth radii out, and they're on their way to the moon, and they're in what we call deep space, that's the most dangerous part of the journey in terms of radiation.
29 minutes.
Once they're around the moon, it's still deep space. The moon doesn't have a magnetic field. So the entire time they're outside of the Earth's magnetosphere is when you've got to be really cognizant and aware of what's coming.
Dr. Thomas Berger, Director of the NCAR Mauna Loa Solar Observatory, thank you for joining us here on Fox Weather. Artemis II, this historic launch, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And just another angle, right? There's so much, multifaceted, but ultimately what we're looking at right now is launch pad 39B. You got plenty of sunshine in, the clouds are staying away, but even Mother Nature wants this to happen. Yeah, I mean, we're still like
sending them, right? We're going to send them farther into space than any humans might have gone before, 250,000 miles away, and it's going to set up for the subsequent missions. That's why we're going.
Stuck in there for like 3 hours now. There's nothing more exciting than that camera inside Orion, the 4 of them getting ready to go with a clock that says 27 minutes until the launch window opens. Yeah, the final roll call for NASA.
Okay, guys, my local CBS affiliate is now doing it, but we're not watching it. I'm gonna stay on this. I'm gonna stay on Fox Weather. I'm currently on the Fox Weather channel. I'm staying on this. My local CBS affiliate, WWMT News Channel 3, is now showing it online, but I'm gonna check to see what the local thing. I think I'm gonna take a quick look and okay, 57 cents for gasoline. You guys see what local TV's affiliates are doing right now. Oh, duh. Yeah, it's no longer a Fox affiliate. Roar. So we're taking a look right now, local TV affiliates right now. Okay, they're not showing nothing we want. Okay, our local TV affiliates right here not doing much. I'm gonna go back to Fox Weather in a minute because that's the only station actually showing it. Okay, WCPX 49.
I'm over here. Sharon. It's my name, Sharon. I'm Sharon. I'm over here. Sharon is my name.
Stupid. So yeah, guys, we're getting ready for the moon landing, which will happen real soon. We're gonna watch it on television and see how this works out. Then maybe do something else tonight. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet, but yeah, we're gonna wait for the moon landing, the moon launch, and this will be a 9-10 day trip, which is surprising because it takes about 3 days to get. Okay, it takes about 3 days to get to the International Space Station. 3 days. It took the guys back in the '60s 3 days to get to the moon. So that's not that bad because it takes 7 months to go to Mars. All right, now we got a window to go to Mars every 2 years, but it takes about 7 from Earth to get to Mars. About 7 months to get. We have a 2 year window open and we can go to Mars, and every 2 years we can go to Mars, and it's about 7 months to get to Mars. That's the thing about. It takes about 7 months to get to Mars. To go to the International Space Station takes about 2 to 3 days. To get to the moon takes about 2 to 3 days. I mean, it counts how far the moon's from here. They put everything in kilometers, which I'm not that good with kilometers. I'm more good with miles. But the moon is not that far from here. Besides the sun, Rigel 7 is the second closest star to the Earth besides the sun. But yeah, I mean, we're just waiting for this. We're just waiting for this big thing to happen. I'm not watching WWF or GNC, and I'm not into sport. I'm not into wrestling that much. Oh, TNA. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, so everyone like me is getting ready for this. Everyone like me is getting ready. In 23 minutes, we go to the moon in 23 minutes. Not Colt, Knockin. Ooh, Naderson's on here. Okay. So, going to the moon real soon. A 10-day mission to go. Okay, it's a 10-day mission. Go travel 4,700 miles. Wow. 4,700 miles.
Right now on Fox Weather, the 4 astronauts of Artemis II are sitting inside of the Orion space capsule atop what you're looking at right there, a 322-foot, 5.75 million pound SLS rocket. We're less than 24 minutes
So yeah, that's pretty neat though, because we're going to the moon in about 23 minutes. We're going to the moon in 23 minutes. Right now it's 75 degrees outside and the wind is at 21 miles an hour. There's a 90% chance of this happening, a 10% chance it will not. So 90% chance of a go. Partly cloudy. So we'll see how this works out. Lightning 0, which is good. Wind 21, weather 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So everything's good. If this works out, we'll be going to the moon in 2 years. If this works out perfectly, we'll go to the moon in 2 years. Now there is a positive about this happening. One of the astronauts is from Michigan, so this makes it extra special for me because one of the astronauts is from Michigan.
They're headed down I-4 to Orlando, away from ASC, which is a wonderful thing. And that's why the confidence continues to build.
So we're getting closer and closer. We're watching the Fox Weather channel, Fox Weather Network. So yeah. So in 22 minutes, we're going to the moon. Anything you want to say from the chat, I'll read it.
But as we mentioned, we have teams that are out there, and they're going to be covering this from every single angle. We got Brady Campbell, Rebecca.
We got 4 people. We got 3 people in Canada and Florida.
All standing by for this launch. And Fox Weather correspondent Brandy Campbell
Wow.
is live at
Katie, Cape.
You've been telling us all about the excitement, ratcheting up, ramping up.
21 minutes and 33 seconds.
Those are 20 to go. 20 minutes.
my goodness, just knowing we are getting so close to launch, while I am working and getting you guys up to speed on what's happening, personally, I'm getting anxious, and you just want to stare at the clock and make sure you're not going to be too late. And then,
So yeah, we're gonna be starting soon. Right now, it's 6:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 16:04 Eastern Standard Time, what you prefer. And in about 20 minutes, 21 minutes, we're leaving.
90%
We're gonna go up to the moon.
chance of weather for that
Then we'll do some gaming later.
launch window, which we're getting very close to, so you can see it right behind
We
me.
might go on Twitch, might go on YouTube tonight. I'm not sure yet.
30 minutes exactly away from the Artemis
Right
2
now, it's like I said. Right now, it's that right now.
the spacecraft taking off behind us. It's going to be an exciting time behind us. However, it's been mostly smooth when it comes to the
20 minutes, 30 seconds.
the list of to-dos. We did have some issues, and one being with the flight termination system. They were able to get that to clear. They moved on. They also mentioned the engineers, they found an issue with one of the sensors, or I should say, control motor, controller battery had a higher temperature than they would like to see it. But they said it's believed that instrumentation issue, it is an instrumentation issue and will not affect the launch today. So sounds like that's okay as well. So
20 minutes.
moving forward, the closeout crew, they have completed their final tasks and they have departed the launch pad. So we are moving forward, guys, and now we're just looking forward
So yep, we're all time ready to go launch into space.
rocket that I've been referencing to every day. So some key moments we're gonna look out for once this takes off. You have the solid rocket boosters. These two are doing most of the work. And just a fun fact, the fuel port is solid, right? And it's actually like the consistency of an eraser on the end of your pencil. These are gonna fall off after 2 minutes. They're again doing most of the lifting. This is
Hello.
the stage. This one is
We're getting ready to watch the launching of the famous rocket
and then
going to the moon.
stage.
Watching the moon launch soon, or Artemis II, or we call it. I call it Apollo. I call it the moon. I call it Moon. Operation Moon. This hasn't happened in over 50 years, so this is pretty cool. And we're going to do it in 19 minutes. We're gonna react to it and go be surprised.
We reach a certain point on that countdown clock.
So yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool to see this. I was watching October Sky the other day, which is kind of funny. I was watching the movie October Sky the other day, so yeah. And the other day they had Homer Hickam on the TV, so that was pretty cool.
That clock, 18 minutes to go.
Right now it's 16. Oh, right now it's 16:07,
We should report Steve.
or right actually no, sorry,
Report system battery issue.
no 18:07. Sorry, right now it's 18:07 or 6:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or New York time if you prefer. So yeah, we're gonna start soon in 18 minutes. Yep, can't wait.
Rebecca, I mean, this is getting really close to your mind, Randy. Sense of that energy for this moment we're waiting.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's
this hasn't happened in over 50 years, so
it was a little
this is cool.
with some of those technical issues coming up. But
18 minutes.
both of those issues have been resolved. 17 minutes to launch, and NASA says that they are on track to launch in the opening.
Yep, and we're gonna do some gaming later, maybe on Twitch or YouTube. I'm not sure yet.
NASA's Artemis II rocket is fueled, and the astronauts are suited up,
That vehicle pre-launching they expect.
ready to go with NASA engineers greenlight tonight's launch.
They're going on a very serious mission and they're about to ride a rocket with 9 million pounds of thrust. So they're excited, I'm sure.
But Artemis II is not about landing on the moon. Instead, the Orion spacecraft will orbit Earth twice before slingshotting towards the moon. Orion will go around the dark side of the moon, and the astronauts will go deeper into space than any humans before them. The primary purpose of the mission is to test the spacecraft itself and the astronauts' equipment ahead of future flights. We are going to be
Because in 2028 we're going to the moon.
specifically the
We're gonna land on the moon in 2028.
NASA has grand plans for the moon. Future Artemis missions will put astronauts back on the lunar surface. Then NASA wants to establish a long-term presence there, including a
Okay.
permanent base.
We're not going back just to put the flag, leave the footsteps and bring back rocks. We're going back to stay.
That opens up a whole range of research opportunities and potential discoveries.
The moon doesn't have an atmosphere. It doesn't have an active geology. So we could find tremendous amounts of very valuable resources.
All of this in pursuit of an even further target, sending humans to Mars.
It used to be who controls the seas,
controls the world. Now it's he who controls space, controls the world.
16 minutes.
According to plan, the astronauts will return to Earth on April 10th, splashing down in the Pacific Ocean. Steve and Ian, back to you.
And Rebecca, we're getting closer and closer. 16 minutes now to the countdown. The weather's looking good, and it seems like.
So yeah, guys, we're almost there. Then we'll play some gaming later.
For that update, of course, from Kennedy Space Center.
15 minutes.
Historic event from all angles, and we've got some
Ooh.
expertise to give us the necessary context. Former NASA administrator, the 13th administrator of NASA, naval aviator, former Congressman Jim Bridenstine.
Yeah, and you actually heard from this gentleman just a little bit ago here. He's going to continue to be with us. Former NASA astronaut Terry Hart. He's also a retired U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel pilot. He also is flying on the Challenger, and so we'll be having a lot of insight from Terry as well.
Plus, the author of Rocket Boys and many other books, Homer Hickam. He's also a retired NASA astronaut training manager. Some great insight there.
Yeah, and
Surprised that he's still living. Homer Hickham's still living after all these years.
we're looking at the Janet Ivy, who's with Janet's Planet. She's the CEO of that. She's going to be with us.
15 minutes.
Because she's passionate about teaching this, and there's a lot to learn. That's what you get into. You get excited about the launch, and you're like, oh, you're going to feel it, right? It's an incredible moment. And then you walk away from it understanding way more than you ever thought you would. You thought, okay, I was just kind of see a cool launch. I feel it a little bit. And then you start spitting out space facts to everybody. Janet's a great one where you're going to be able to teach your friends and family here.
You're talking about us, the grown-ups here.
Yeah.
But the kids across the country, you talked about how big of a cultural event this is. This is the type of event that
Yeah, I know.
changes the trajectory of lives for young people and it inspires them to be the next one of
I'm doing
the
shit.
in that
Mint.
capsule. We're going to hear from each of our guests as we continue to follow what's happening at Kennedy Space Center, which Steve increasingly looks good.
14 minutes.
Milestone right now. We are now less than 15 minutes. We're at 14 minutes from that launch window opening up. We're giving you a live visual right now in the Kennedy Space Center where all go. The range is in green, and any issue that has popped up, the engineers, Ian, have fixed quickly, and they have a lot of confidence that are building right now. And I'm being told less than 14 now.
East wind pushing what's left of the drizzle for Orlando and beyond over to the west coast of Florida. Blue skies behind
Uh-huh.
the moon rocket. Stay with us.
13:40.
We approach 13 minutes to launch.
Okay, as that, we're gonna do something real quick.
You know when inspiration rises, we'll have what you need to make it happen. Prices that make it possible. Get a head start on spring savings with select Valspar interior paint and primer, $49.99. Plus, new lanes, shop your
Moon.
livestock feed, science-backed nutrition to help animals stay and productive. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blames Farm and Fleets. Be an original.
There's the usual sports books, and then there's Fanatics Sportsbook. Only Fanatics rewards your loyalty with up to 10% fan cash on your bets. And that's fair play first stat protection. It's time for something new. It's the Fanatics Sportsbook.
Medicare beneficiaries have only until March 31st to claim a food card benefit worth up to $900. After that, you will have to wait another year. If you were born before 1963, stop what you're doing and pay close attention.
You could be eligible for a food card worth up to $900. Use it at Walmart, Kroger, Albertsons, Target, Walgreens, for groceries and approved items. But March 31st is a hard deadline. If you don't call before then, you won't be able to claim it for another 12 months.
If you're over 65 with Medicare Parts A and B,
That was bull.
now.
It's a huge improvement compared to my last plan. I use my card for everything, from meat to vegetables, as long as it's healthy.
If you're on Medicare Parts A and B, call the number at the bottom of your screen now.
There's no extension, there's no grace period. March 31st is the final day. You could receive your card as soon as this week, but only if you call before the deadline. After that, it's gone.
If you're on Medicare Parts A and B, call now.
there was a new short. I was fully expecting it to be an April Fool's joke considering today's April 1st. And when I clicked on the link, I was fully expecting to get rickrolled. I did not think this was legit today because it usually comes out on Saturdays. No. Us, I guess, because today we're getting it on a Wednesday. I literally clicked on the link and I was fully expecting never gonna give you up because I don't put anything past them. Okay, but no, this isn't. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the notification on my phone from the helper boss account on Twitter saying that there was a new short, I was fully expecting it to be an April Fool's joke considering today's April 1st. And when I clicked on the link, I was fully expecting to get rickrolled. I did not think this was legit today because it usually comes out on Saturdays. No. Us, I guess, because today we're getting out on a Wednesday. I literally clicked on the link and I was fully expecting never gonna give you up because I don't put anything past them, okay? But no, this is an actual short. So that's what we're gonna do today.
Welcome back. It's special coverage of Artemis II storm launch. We're pretty close.
What's wrong, guys? But a girl could do that. That is insane.
But we are just
Crimson and his whole.
they are taking a full and breaking news coming in. We are going to be entering into a hold. We have an entire team that is listening in and gathering that information. We don't have confirmation exactly why they are going to be going into that hold, but we do have
10 minutes to go.
analysts that could be joining us to give us an insight of what they
9 minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. 9 minutes, guys. 9 minutes before we go to the moon.
We are just underneath that 10-minute window right now.
That's the L minus. I was curious what was going to happen when that hit 10 minutes. Christopher, correct me if I'm wrong. We're working to get the cause of this hold, but the actual launch clock holding at 10 minutes.
Yes, they are holding the launch clock at 10 minutes temporarily. I'm just seeing from Mission and Launch Control that they are working a small problem with the transponder. This device would be responsible for sending some of the data back to the Earth from the Orion module. And as they continue to work through that, they noted that it was a transient issue. It was something that happened just occasionally. Okay. But they need to make sure that it is stable before that countdown resumes. So that is why we're going to hold at 10 minutes until that is.
Oh crap! We're stopping at 10 minutes. Oh man. So 10 minutes.
But the good news being that this is a 2-hour launch window, different time to work through it.
Yeah, we're looking at different vantage points at Kennedy Space Center. You saw old glory there that was whipping in the wind. The wind registered at the launch pad 21 miles per hour. So it is in a safe zone. So we are confident weather is not the issue in all of this. But of course, thankfully for us, we have some brilliant minds that are going to watch this historic moment with us, and some that can kind of unpack what's happening with this, delay or the hold that we have with the terminal count.
Yeah, you want to talk about great resources. This next gentleman named the program Artemis. So let's bring him in. Jim Einstein, former NASA administrator, our managing partner of the Artemis Group. Honor to have you with us here on Fox Weather. As we watch these moments, I can't imagine. It's nerve-wracking as a person watching. What's it like when you're the NASA administrator?
Well, I will tell you, it is extraordinarily nerve-wracking.
Okay, so yeah, we got a little more time before it starts, but yeah, we're gonna be pretty cool to watch this because this is gonna be awesome.
Big mission for the country. Obviously, it sounds like there's a transponder issue on Orion. For the audience, what a transponder is it's a device that sends and receives signals, and those signals contain data. For example, what is your position? What is your altitude? Obviously, latitude, longitude, those types of things. I'm not sure what the transponder issue is here. However, it is a...
I gotta do some. My ear's burning. I gotta do some.
Any aircraft that flies, let alone a spacecraft. So it sounds like they've had this issue in the past and it's resolved. We'll see what happens here, but we're hopeful that the launch does in fact go on time, or if it's delayed, it's still going to come.
Yeah, and Jim, that's what I want to ask you about, because we know with the transponder it's considered transient, right? So it wasn't a persistent problem, it was something that would pop up. And we've already seen a couple things happen today, and the NASA engineers right away, fixing it. So in your kind of expertise in all of this, and I know you don't know exactly what's the cause of that, is this something that would be concerning since we're getting close, or since we have a large window, we're talking about just the opening of it being 6 minutes from now, is this something that we should still be confident just going into tonight's opportunity?
Yeah, well, we do have, we have a window here. We've got obviously some time left on the count, and we'll see what happens. But I would also say the launch window is 2 hours, so they'll have a full 2 hours to work any issues.
Okay, guys, we're gonna change it up from Fox to ABC. They're actually going to bring their cell phones with them too. That's pretty cool, right? They can bring their cell phones in one condition. ABC News now, guys.
It does sound like that on the listen in, the flight director is pulling all the people in launch control to see if it is in fact all systems go. Let's listen.
Crap, you're in the crap. You're gonna be the seat.
RTDs go.
There, guys, better.
Houston flight is go.
Okay, here, guys, go. We're going.
Rockets go.
Wait, we're going early.
Crews go. Copy that. Thank you, Reed. And
We got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes.
Ready to proceed at this time.
5 minutes, guys.
All right, NTD, I copy all. At this time, I'll perform my poll. Attention over
Fox
that.
to
This is
ABC.
the launch director
You want some
performing the
salt?
final poll for launch.
Huh?
Verifying
You want
no
some salt?
constraints and go for launch.
I'll get it for you. Me too.
EGS. EGS. Chief Engineer.
Procedures are go.
Because I need to walk.
Copy, thank you. EGS. Chief Safety
I'm
Officer.
dressed straight, no issues.
I can't really see the changes. They won't see ya.
This the whole
Okay,
thing
thank
is
you.
on
Range
this.
weather.
I know.
Launch weather is go.
Thank you, LZPO. And Artemis MNT Chair.
Please go.
Yeah, they're talking to Homer Hickam on Fox Weather.
And Integrity Launch Director.
Can hear your voice, Charlie.
He doesn't look that bad for his age.
Thank you, Charlie. This is Victor. We are the only one of our families.
Okay, 6 minutes.
This is Christina. We are going for GD.
How about you?
It sounded like we just heard the pilot Victor Glover's voice there. Susan, I want to bring you back in here as a former NASA astronaut. Just give us a sense of what the astronauts are doing in these, the final moments before launch.
I copy that.
Well, they just are here.
Yeah, because Homer Hickam was on Fox Weather earlier.
Reporting and go for launch.
He don't get that bad for his age.
Part of this Artemis.
Time will actually compress again. The next few minutes are going to go very quickly once
I
they
mean, this is
start
the first time in over 50 years we've been to the moon.
You are the youngest
Technically.
person and one of the
We'll go to the moon.
only
We'll go to the moon in 2
only
years.
3 women to pilot the
They're reporting that we're going to be
spaceship.
putting
What's your
some
reaction
stuff on the
to
moon in
the first
2028.
woman operated this mission?
You know, it's great to see, one is
One I remember is when had the teacher on and it
it's great to see
exploded.
That was back in 84, 85.
being on the mission and being the first woman to go
Yeah, wasn't that?
moon. But really, I think that
I heard about that. I remember that one. I heard
That's
we're
when
looking
I
forward to
was-
a time when
Reagan-
we're all just astronauts.
Yeah, I think I just got out of school or I was out of school or
I remember.
Just
Yeah, that was
astronauts.
Challenger.
Fair enough,
That was
Susan.
Challenger.
We'll
I
listen
I
think.
think it
one
was
more time.
85,
Sorry,
86.
verify recordings.
I know it was
Something
I
like
know it was
that,
I know it was
and
mid
I-
80s. Reagan
That's
was
what I remember, because I,
yeah.
Sorry.
That was
then the other ones that they have since, but
yeah. But that was the biggest one that we had to worry about.
T minus 10 minutes.
that's when I seen it explode.
Once we wrap up.
Yeah. It's been well, the anniversary was recently too. Wait,
Enabled complete.
no, it was this. It was this year. It was this year.
Integrity crew.
This year's the anniversary. It was this year. It was happened recently. It happened a couple years. It happened recently, a couple days ago. Last month, I think. I did a video on it last month of the 40th the anniversary of it.
Gio, give us a sense as we await the clock to start the countdown again. How is the crowd responding in this moment?
It was transitory.
So from down to practically just in, far south of Savannah,
Every time we heard that,
They're saying
we
from the
heard
Keys to
crowds
Savannah,
cheering
Georgia,
because
we'll be able to see
they are
this.
excited. A lot of these
That's
folks
surprising,
who are here
right?
with me at the Kennedy
A
Space
guy
Center
from
have been
Canada,
working
right,
on
went
this
all the way down there to
for
see this.
years, and so they are
Is that
very
crazy?
excited to see this launch. The last time we saw this launch was actually back in 2022. There was nobody on board. This time there are 4 incredible astronauts who are on board, and they're going to be going.
Yeah,
up
Channel
into
8 said there's a
space.
woman
And so
from Michigan, West Michigan down there.
incredibly excited
Channel 8.
to see that happen.
4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Dr. O'Shea, how is the moon really a proving ground for Mars? Because we know there are a number of stages here, and this may be step number 2 in a multitude.
Absolutely. So living outside of the Earth's atmosphere and outside of its magnetic protective magnetosphere is a big deal. Living under radiation, living on the lunar environment with that incredibly difficult dust you deal with on the lunar surface are just challenges that you cannot simulate very well here on Earth. So they have to go there, we have to put boots on the ground, we got to do the real experiment, and then hopefully living on the surface of Mars should be a little easier than living on the surface of the Moon because it does have an atmosphere.
You'll likely
Take 7 months to get to Mars.
70, Gil Scott Heron.
Takes only 3 days to get to the moon.
scathing poem
Or the International Space Station takes 3
Yeah,
days.
but how many days
essentially
from
said,
the
why
moon
spend
to
billions
Mars?
of dollars going and
No
meeting
clue. They
this
say from
planet
Earth.
when people are not
From
able
Earth to
pay
Mars,
their rent
about
and
7 months.
struggling paying medical bills back here.
But from
And
here-
a number
Closer
of
to
people
Mars?
really
No, closer to
have,
us.
that question.
Huh?
How do
Moon's
you
closer to us.
Well, first
I
thing
know
would say
that,
I saw Gil
but
Scott
is it
Heron live at the Kimmel
closer
Season
to
Open.
Mars
Going out
than
was
it would
amazing.
take 7
But, you know,
months?
that is a question
No.
that comes up often. In cases
Basic-
like
basic
going
distance.
money. But
It's
in
7 months either way,
reality, it is an
the moon or
investment in
Mars.
our future. What we see is that those
Because it takes 3 days to get to the International Space Station from here right to the moon.
It only takes them how long to get to Mars? I mean, the moon.
3 days.
Okay, 3 days to go to the moon.
If they're going to the moon, they're going to be going around the moon. They're going to be doing testing around the moon.
Yeah, but they're
They
talking
test.
about doing that, and then someday landing on the moon again, and maybe putting up
That's going to happen in 2 years.
put up a
Little
little
base.
thing that they can hang out there
Do
for,
testing before they go to Mars.
and then they can take fly to Mars.
Yes. Right now, that depends in 2028. They're going to, you know, they're going to do this test, and they're going to.
They were talking at work today that,
But this is just less. NASA's budget is less than 1% of the federal
that
government.
not bringing
and it is an
nobody
investment
back
that pays off big time.
And we're clear from
It makes
until
sense
maybe
too, because when we look
2029.
back to the Apollo mission
This?
in the 60s,
No.
and that
Work.
was, as you
My
know, a
work.
very
Oh.
unsettled
Getting
time.
working,
We believe in the
not
meantime,
until
we are about to resume the
2029.
clock in
Wow.
a moment.
That means all
But
those
it was a
people
very
will be
unsettled
laid
time,
off
obviously,
years.
that 1968, and if we can see
That
the
might
clock,
not
we
happen.
can take a live look,
I
because
heard a
they
rumor.
are now resuming the countdown.
Rivian
And
or
do you know,
Tesla
I
might be
imagine
opening
there
a
was
shop
lot
in
of
Michigan.
excitement
There's
when that
a-
clock started
that's
ticking down
not-
again.
That, or is it Michigan or Ohio? I heard.
That is exactly how I knew it was happening,
They were
because
saying
everyone
something
started
about
cheering
Pontiac.
on. People are clapping
Pontiac's
still
gone.
here,
Not
and they
Pontiac,
just
but,
keep coming. They
something
keep coming,
else.
because again,
And
these are all
Nissan.
folks here at the Kennedy
That
Space
they
Center
might be,
who have
we
worked
might
on this for
get some
so
business from
many
Nissan.
years to get Orion
And
into space.
some
Because
other
remember, you're
places.
talking
But
about
I
this
heard
monumental
Rivian.
mission
But
is
it takes a
actually
while
to
for them
create
to-
a lunar
Bring the
base
equipment
and
Yeah.
have that
from
base
Japan.
serve as sort of a pit
Wherever
stop to the
that
rest
they
of the
have
universe,
to-
including
But I have heard that
that is years
Tesla
away, but this
or
is the
Rivian
beginning,
might
and
be
we
opening
could
shop in
see that
Michigan.
history being
But I have
made
or
to-
Ohio.
9 minutes
But
ago.
for a
Like, this is
month,
right there.
I gotta
9
drive
minutes, the countdown
Right.
resumes.
back and
And
forth
Dr.
to,
O'Shea, as I was
um,
mentioning
Sturgis.
earlier, as we
Sturgis.
know,
The things are positive.
President Trump
There's
is
more
expected to
positiveness.
address the
There's no
American
snow.
people
I can
tonight
send some more money
about
too.
the war.
But the
Similar
thing
in the
is,
60s, we were in
I
a time
probably,
of
We'll get him
I'll take
before.
I'm
many
gonna be
people
taking
when
a
we
couple
went to the moon for
vacation
the first
days.
time. It was an unsettling time.
Because I don't know how many
People
miles it's gonna
described
fill.
that launch of Apollo 8
Right.
as a
So I need to
unifying
find out when that
moment in
is
the
and
country.
have, I
Do you
gotta
see
take some
some
days
parallels
to
between
have
then
that off.
and now?
Well, I do, but I
And I
have a
found out I
bias.
got 15 paid
I lead
paid
the
hours.
nation's oldest national astronomy
Okay.
organization, the
I
Astro
got,
Society. And we're leading this astronomy
16 unpaid
250
hours.
celebration of 250 years
And
of
these
American
2 days
astronomy
that
in
I,
space.
took
So I'm
the
talking
money
to
and didn't,
enthusiasts at all times.
I
But
got
at the
vacation
same
time
time,
still.
we
And then
do
I got
have
16
challenges here in
hours,
our nation and
uh,
globally. And that's the
another,
thing about us
bonus
humans, right?
pay,
While all
bonus
things are happening,
vacation.
Yeah,
so
well,
many
I was
things are
thinking,
happening,
okay,
and this is a part
if we do
of
vacation,
that
right, Coldwater,
amazingness that shows you what we're capable
or
of
Elkhart,
when we work together.
And then in May,
Let's
all my vacation
keep
comes
doing
back,
more of this.
But-
which is
Keep
4
investing in our
weeks.
future.
But we only want to do it for a couple days, right? For a weekend, right?
10 days, the
But I'm just saying, Tyler, for my dental thing, I'm gonna maybe have to take some time off.
Right.
Astronauts took to.
I mean, we got until July before I would do July.
The engine on Orion's service module performs the critical translunar injection burn, a rocket boost that will send the astronauts on a free return trajectory toward the moon.
So I'm on Earth twice, then the moon.
Moon's gravity to take the astronauts around the moon and back home, a journey of more than 230,000 miles. It takes about 4 days to reach the moon, culminating with a lunar flyby. The crew will be the first people to see the far side of the moon in more than 50 years.
It depends on what time,
Blackout during this period. Earth's gravity then pulls Orion back during its 4-day trip home. Orion is equipped with a heat shield that keeps the crew safe from re-entry temperatures
7 minutes.
that reach 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The Orion enters Earth's atmosphere at 25,000 miles per hour, using parachutes and the drag of the atmosphere to slow its descent to less than 20 miles per hour. The 10-day mission ends with Orion and crew splashing down in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California.
And the crew access arm has
You
been
know,
retracted.
it depends, okay, some things depends. They're going on Earth twice, so that's why.
From the spacecraft, and we
They're going there directly straight in
4
3.
astronauts on board.
6 minutes.
Reed Wiseman, former NASA chief astronaut, U.S. Navy test pilot. He has spent 165 days in space before. Sadly, his wife passed away years ago from cancer, and now as he leaves for the next 10 days, he leaves his young girls behind. Victor J. Glover Jr., NASA astronaut and U.S. Navy captain, will be the first black man to go to the moon and beyond. Christina Cook, Artemis II mission specialist. She holds the record for the longest single space flight by a woman. She spent 328 days in space, just shy of a year. Jeremy Hansen, Artemis II mission specialist, Canadian Space Agency astronaut. He will be the first non-American to go to the moon. He has joked that if something goes wrong, NASA will have to blame Canada. What's the clock telling us right now?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, 16 seconds.
This is getting real, Lindsay. 5 minutes away, and that's just incredible. You know, one of the other things that's really awesome about these astronauts, because I've been able to speak with a lot of them, is that, for the lack of a better phrase, they're really down to earth.
5 minutes.
So incredibly smart. They are so
Right there's Fox. Right, see the person in the blue shirt behind him, right? That's Fox
Weather.
Weather.
They all tell me, all astronauts tell me, is that the moment they get in space and they look out that window and they see that brilliant crystal
TV tonight, watch?
ball of Earth, they see us all as one.
Yes,
and
but
that's
I
where it
don't
really
like it.
hits them.
And see her?
It really resonates that we
Okay.
are one.
Friends will be on tonight at 9.
One human race. It's just quite incredible what they say. They call it a spiritual experience to be up there and see the Earth like that. And so, as you said, Christina Cook, 328 days in space, an incredibly long time in space already. You are talking about people who are truly space vets, and they are going up there now to do.
They should be on tomorrow.
I don't need to go to bed early.
And Reed
I don't
Wiseman
gotta work.
You can watch it live.
talked about being down on
You watch it
Earth,
live.
looking up at the moon
But
in recent
I
nights and
do-
thinking, the next
I'm gonna
time
be-
I see the same sight from
If I
the
get out
ground,
early,
I
I'm
would
gonna stop at the
have
bank
been
and
there. And you just
see
have to
about
imagine, Susan, that this moment is super exciting. You've been there
signing the
before.
papers
Kind
and
of
stuff.
walk us through
But
the
if
nerves,
they
the
say, oh, we
excitement,
can't, you got
because
that
the
appointment, you
magnitude
got an
of the
appointment
moment.
at
This is what allows
3 o'clock,
It is
then
pure
I'll have to go
excitement.
back.
Which bank? Our bank or
I don't
their bank?
call
Our
any
bank.
nerves.
Okay.
Jeremy especially, this is his first flight, so
3
this
minutes
is his first
and 30
opportunity
seconds.
going to space. And pretty soon, everything's going to become on internal power. They will no longer be connected to external power. And then we've got a few minutes to go.
And we're looking at pictures of you, Susan, when you were in space. Of course, astronaut is a Greek word for star sailor. Just walk us through what's going to happen. We know that it's just going to take 8 minutes, Susan, for them to get into orbit. Give us a little preview of what we're about to see here.
Okay, you're gonna see at the engine light, at the boat down at the Kennedy Space Center, they're gonna feel it. 6 seconds later, those rockets are gonna fire once the computer has determined that the engines are working well. And then off they go. And it's almost like it levitates off the pad. It's not like it zooms off the pad. It basically levitates off the pad. And then it quickly gets up within a minute, supersonic speed. And in 2 minutes, the rockets are gonna come off. And it goes up to, I think, 4 Gs to get to 17,500 miles an hour.
Less, almost approaching the 2-minute mark. Just want to listen in for a moment.
Overstage of the rocket to internal, taking ground power away and now going to battery power.
Okay, battery power at 2 minutes.
GLS is go for upper stage internal power.
Right, power is removed from the rocket's upper stage. The ICPS, and it's been switched to battery. Same milestone for the lower core stage coming up at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Right now, the 4-person Artemis II crew is 248,000 miles away from the moon. And if all goes well, they will fly by it in 6 days.
This is going on twice, then we're do it, but basically 3 days if we're going straight there.
All right, there's the rocket's core stage.
Okay, minute 20, guys.
Now on its own power. There's no more hold time because there's no more margin on batteries. So we would have to recycle back to T-minus 10 to recharge if we had a hold.
Here we go. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute.
Right now, the rocket does not know what the T0 is, but coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket's onboard autonomous launch sequencer, or ALS. The rocket will count itself down, but honor any holds that could come from the ground. Now, shortly after liftoff, Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague Gary Jordan will take over commentary.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Great call out. The rocket is on its own. 4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched.
15
Sound
seconds.
suppression water is flowing. And here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Oh crap, lost her. Oh crap. There it goes.
Houston now controlling the flight of integrity on the Artemis II mission around the moon. On time passing 30 seconds. Integrity passes the ultimate eco. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on the core conditions. Space launch system core stage. Integrity 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
Something's not right.
Humanity's next great voyage begins. We just heard it here. The baton has been passed from launch control in Florida to mission control in Houston. Gio, give us a sense of what you're seeing and feeling on the ground now.
Lindsay, I cannot look away, quite frankly. I cannot look away because this is just so spectacular. You are talking about a spacecraft that has just made the entire ground here just shake. It vibrates up your body. I always tell people, make sure your feet are on the ground. Make sure that you are feeling it. And we are seeing a gorgeous, gorgeous liftoff here. There is not a cloud in the sky. All of Florida at this point should have been able to see that launch and still see this out in the sky, just as you're seeing it right there on TV right now. It's truly incredible, the sounds you feel, the emotion you feel as that vibration moves through your body. It's quite incredible, Lindsay.
A mission with so much promise. You see the faces there, all eyes looking upward, capturing this moment. The rocket boosters are about to separate.
There we go.
They have just separated. What a day for humanity and space exploration, Dr. O'Shea.
So do they land in water?
Yeah, they always do. They reuse them. They land in the water, they land in the ocean. Someone picks them up and they reuse them.
No one really
You know what I mean, right? They clean them up, reuse them.
Witness to something like this. As I said earlier, if you're under the age of 55, you haven't seen it. What does it mean to you to see this?
Well, this is a new frontier. We are now going back to that frontier of the moon. We are a new America. We are a new planet Earth. And now this is the next step. This is the very beginning. And hopefully this will become a common occurrence.
250,000 mile trip that they are about to take.
They're on the moon now. They're on Earth.
Susan, give us a sense of
They're in space.
I think it was picture perfect.
That'll burn up.
Couldn't have been any better. They've still got a few minutes before main engine cutoff when they get in order. But so far, everything's looking perfect.
And Dr. Ariane Anderson, I want to bring you in, if you can hear me. Give us a sense of the physiological changes that the crew is going through in this moment.
We see you stay on board, Stan. And Houston has you loud and clear on TV at the common line.
Back in their seats, which is part of the reason that they lay down flat when they load into the Orion capsule. And then once they reach that MECO, that main engine cutoff, they'll be waiting. Their bodies will start adapting over the next few hours and then a few days to be better prepared to live and work in space.
And talk to us about the medical system that's on board Orion and the health medical research that they have. Well, first, I do want to take a listen again. Doctor, I want to bring you back in there. Same question to you. The medical system on board on Orion and the health medical research that they have access to as well.
Well, the cornerstone of this mission really is looking at how the human being integrates into a larger engineering system like a rocket ship. So a lot of the systems on the rockets, they behave predictably. We can test them to failure. But the human being often are prone to failure randomly. Tonight I could go home and have appendicitis. But then we also are resilient and innovative and creative. And so the big point of this mission is really how our human systems, how the life support systems help support our crew and make sure that this vehicle is the workforce we need to be as we push further and further to the moon and further into space.
Integrity, of course, the name that the crew actually gave their spacecraft.
5 minutes, 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry Integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. But at this time, we're saying 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
10,000 miles per hour. We just saw a few fist pumps and, of course, applause there on the ground. And that capsule is the size of 2 minivans. So you have 4 people who are going to be spending the next 10 days. Of course, there's a little more space, actually, because no gravity in there. You can actually kind of float around above. Susan, I understand that it's typical for these missions for you to bring a little stuffed animal, and I understand that they have a little plushie that was actually designed by a second grader, a plushie toy named Rise, actually, and it is the zero-G indicator, an object that basically is designed to indicate to the crew when they're able to float, because of course they are strapped in. Did you have something similar like that? So you kind of wait to see that stuffed animal float to get a sense of that you have reached the official zero-G.
2 seconds into the flight.
Lindsay, we did not, and I don't know when that became popular.
Zaxi
but
Vaca's always
as
been
soon
in
as the engine's cut off, even though you're strapped in, you float into the strap. And so you know it instantly.
Mission elapsed time.
They ain't rushing to use Zaxi Vaca.
As we approach the abort once around option, milestone at the 7-minute 30-second mark.
And we are about to hear
Now
main
84 miles an
engine
altitude,
cut off or
600
RICO.
miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open. AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time.
Dr. O'Shea, give us an understanding of once they arrive at the moon in several days. As we're hearing now, they're about to have engine cut off in 10 seconds. They may not even have to use their engines because a lot is this slingshot, as we're describing. A lot of it, the pull of the gravity from the moon will bring them back.
Yes, when you are a physics student, sometimes you take a class called orbital mechanics, and what you learn is that motion in space is not motion on the surface of the Earth. You actually are doing orbits no matter where you're going.
We just need to see you on board, Stan.
Okay.
Listening in for the clues to see where we are right now.
We have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around. Lower stage has separated and it's just a small system. Upper stage, the intermittent propulsion stage, yes, 10 to the Orion spacecraft.
Susan, it sounds like this has been a textbook launch. Everything has gone exactly as planned.
Victor Glover, Christina.
That's exactly right, Lindsay. It was
A journey to the moon.
Dr. Anderson, I want to bring you back in here. I understand that you just returned from a Mars Desert Research Station in Utah, trying to understand how to survive in Mars, because that could be the ultimate step here that this mission is heading us toward. What did that entail?
Yeah, so we have a course of the